Hi guys, my name's Emily, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve rational equations today. So you might be asking yourself, what is a rational equation? Well, rational equations are an equation that contains one or more rational expression. And you can also use cross products to solve rational equations, but only when both sides of the equation are single factors. Good stuff, good stuff. So method 1, use cross products to solve rational equations. So if we're given this equation here, we're going to use cross products. So we're going to cross multiply. So the equation is 12 over x plus 5 equals 4 over x plus 2. And the first step into solving this rational equation is cross multiplying. So when we cross multiply, we get 12 times x plus 2 equals 4 times x plus 5. And after we cross multiply, we're going to have to apply the distributive property, which gives you 12x plus 24 equals 4x plus 20. And after we cross multiply, after we apply the distributive property, we're going to add negative 4 and negative 24 to each side. And that's going to give us 8x equals negative 4. And after we do that, we're going to divide each side by 8, and x equals negative 4 over 8, or negative 1/2, simplified. So that is the first method, using cross products. And the second method is going to have to do with the LCD, applying the LCD. So method 2, multiply each side of the equation by the LCD to eliminate factors. So this one's a little bit more challenging, I believe, but we're going to use the LCD. So this is example 2, and the equation is given as n minus 2 over n minus n minus 3 over n minus 6 equals 1 over n. And then the first thing we're going to do is figure out what the LCD is. So we figured it out that it's n times n minus 6, because n times n minus 6 times n minus 2 over n minus n minus 3 over n minus 6 equals n times n minus 6 over 1 over n. And then after we figure that out, we're going to apply the distributive property and simplify. So n minus 6 times n minus 2 minus n times n minus 3 equals n minus 6. And after we apply the distributive property and simplify, we're going to multiply. So n to the second power minus 8n plus 12 minus n to the second power minus 3n equals n minus 6. And after we multiply, we're going to subtract, and that would give us n to the second power minus 8n plus 12 minus n to the second power plus 3 equals n minus 6. And after we subtract, we're going to simplify, and that will give us negative 5n plus 12 equals n minus 6. After we simplify, we're going to subtract 12 from each side, and that will give us negative 6n equals negative 18. And after we subtract, we're going to divide each side by negative 6, which gives us the answer, and n equals 3. So that is the second method, using the LCD. Moving on to the third method is going to be writing rational expressions in terms of common denominator. So I also believe that this certain method is a lot simpler than finding the LCD. I think it's pretty equal to using cross products. So my favorites are method 3 and method 1. So let's go through method 3, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So given the equation 2x minus 5 over x minus 4 equals 11 over x minus 4, obviously you can tell that the denominators are common, or that they're common denominators. So when that happens, we actually can just cancel them out, and because they cancel each other out, whatever, so they're gone, and then we cross multiply, and that will give us 2x minus 5 equals 11. So I don't know if you can tell, but like that's like basically what it's given. So you're just going to move that to here, and after that you're going to divide x equals 8, and that's the answer. Also, so since the denominators are the same, we know that the numerators must also be equal, so we can set them equal to one another and solve for x. And this is all the equation problems, but now we're going to move on to the real world problems. Okay, so now moving on to the real world problem. This becomes a little bit more tricky just because it involves more words and less numbers and equations, and you have to figure it out for yourself, but it's okay because we're going to figure it out together. So I'm going to read the problem to you, and so it says, Abby has a lawn care service. One day, she asked her friend Jamal to work with her. Normally, it takes Abby 2 hours to mow and trim Miss Harris's lawn. When Jamal worked with her, the job took only 1 hour and 20 minutes. How long will it have taken Jamal to do the job himself? So basically we're finding out right here, how long would it have taken Jamal to do the job himself? This part. So let's move on to the explore part. So since it takes Abby 2 hours to do the yard, she can finish half of the job in 1 hour. The amount of work Jamal can do in 1 hour can be represented by 1/t. To determine how long it takes Jamal to do the job, using the formula, Abby's work plus Jamal's work equals 1 completed yard. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna move on to plan. And plan says that the time that both of them worked was 1 1/3 hours. So each rate is multiplied by this time, results in the amount of work done by each person. So like it said up here, using this specific formula, we're going to come down here to solve, and we're going to do Abby's work, which is 1/2 times 4/3, plus Jamal's work, which is 1/t times 4/3, equals the total work, which is 1, so 1 as in like 1 completed yard. So to solve this equation, we're going to first multiply. We're going to do 4/6 plus 4/3t equals 1. And then we're going to apply the distributive property, which is 6t times 4/6 plus 4/3t equals 6t times 1. And then we're going to simplify, which gives us 4t plus 8 equals 6t. And then we're going to add -4 to each side, which gives us 8 equals 2t. And after that, we're going to divide each side by 2 to give us our final answer, which is 4 equals t. So after we figure out that 4 equals t, we can now go back up here and we can apply, or we can examine, that the time it would take Jamal to do the yard by himself is 4 hours. This seems reasonable because the combined efforts of the two took longer than half of Abby's usual time. And that is the full world problem. It wasn't that hard, it's just a little bit more tricky to figure out when you're not given the equation by itself, but it's okay because we worked it out together. So I hope that you guys picked up a couple things from this lesson, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. So yeah, thank you for watching, and hope you learned something. Yeah, so thank you. Bye.